All right, Mustang fans and surrounding areas. It's Monday. That means it's Monday Mustang podcast. This is the evening, the day, the afternoon where we talk Ingleside sports, athletics. I do want to start off by saying that our baseball podcast will not take place tonight. Our head coach, Richard Sanchez, who is scheduled to come on at 7:30, was unavailable today. He had other school events he had to be at. So we're hoping he'll be back next week, next Monday on at 7:30. So I'll keep you guys posted. But he is scheduled to be back next Monday at 7:30. So hopefully we'll have him back on and we can talk more baseball. But on the screen, we do have our head coach for the Ingleside Lady Mustang softball team, and that's Coach Kevin Lewis. Coach, how you doing?
Doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Coach. Thank you for coming out, spending some time with me here. Of course, I do want to get to the last game that we were at, and we'll get to that in just a bit. But how are things going down there in Ingleside?
We're just trying to bounce back. That's the main thing is bounce back and a little bit better focus today in practice.
Yeah, I tell you, we're gonna definitely recap that Rockport game. I tell you, Coach, it was a great game, man. We had about over 400 views, a little over 400, about 412, I think it was. But what we do is so you can't see it. The stream is still up, but if you hit it, it'll say it's private. So you need to get the permission from us to be able to see it. And we do that because at the request of the coaches, we don't put it out there so other people can see it. But if you didn't get a chance to see the stream or be at the game, you missed a great game. Unfortunately, one team had to take the L, but both of these teams are going to meet one more time, man. I tell you, when they meet up again, you definitely don't want to miss this game. Two great pitchers going at it, two great teams playing. And Rockport got the 1-0 win. But we'll get Coach's thoughts on that here in a bit, Coach. But before we get to that game, there was a game that I want to recap prior to before you guys played Rockport, and that was Beeville. That was a district game where Ingleside got the win 10-0. That was a shutout game there. Number 14, Avery Adame had a big game. She was 4 for 4, Coach. 1 run, 3 RBIs. Number 22, Carol Rodriguez, 2 for 3, 3 runs, 3 RBIs. Before we get to Kylee Ward and her performance in the circle, talk to me a little bit about offensively. What did you see from your team, in particular these two ladies, to get that big win over Beeville?
Well, we had an injury, Leilani Smith, so we had to move Avery up from the 5 hole to the 2 hole. And when your top two players, first and second batters, get on base, it makes life a little easier. The one thing I was very proud of in that game is we scored in every inning on offense. I know we took ourselves out of a couple big innings with our base running mistakes, but we were still able to score. I think it was 1-1-1, 4, and then 3 to end it.
Coach, and then let's talk about Kylee Ward. I mean, we've talked a lot about her here. We're going to continue to do that, but I watch her stats every game. I think it's safe to say she's hit her rhythm, her stride, and she has been just fantastic inside that circle in your last couple of games. We'll talk a little bit more about her performance here, but I do want to talk about what she did in this game. 5 innings pitched, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts. Talk about what you saw from her against Beeville.
Um, I really thought that she was commanding the strike zone very well. Her changeup really wasn't working, so we had to go to a couple of other pitches. But since she was able to command the strike zone and we were kind of mixing it, going high and low, I think she was changing their eye level, so it kind of helped her without having to change up.
And so going in after that game, of course, Ingleside undefeated in district. And then it was the showdown. It was a game between the two undefeated teams in this district. This game was supposed to be played in Rockport, but due to the weather, the rain, and the flooding, I think it was changed over be played in Ingleside. Coach, we had a great crowd on both sides. It was great. I knew that it was going to be a good game. I anticipated that this game was going to go down to the wire. It was going to come down to either a mistake. I knew both of these pitchers were capable of putting on a good show. It was, but Rockport does take the win in their first matchup, 1-0. Um, for us, Ingleside, number 7, Bethany Aceves was 1 for 2, one walk. Number 15, the freshman Kaylee Murua, 1 for 2, one walk, one strikeout. And number 4, Kiki Smith, 1 for 2, one walk, one strikeout. Coach, your 2 freshmen were able to, get on base. I got to say, before we get to Kylie's performance, that, it wasn't like we didn't get on base. We had opportunities pretty much throughout the whole game. Early on, bases loaded, couldn't get that timely run. And then at other times, we had runners in scoring position, but couldn't get it done. Before we get to the pitching, just offensively, your thoughts on what you saw from the Lady Mustangs offensively, where we just couldn't get that timely hit to at least tie it or take the lead?
Well, it wasn't good enough. First off, I'm gonna say that I'm gonna take the blame for the loss. We didn't have a good week of practice or Wednesday and Thursday. That falls on my shoulders. I know with the rain and stuff, you kind of get, trying to find this plan and that plan, and I just didn't do a good enough job preparing them to be ready to go into that game. Um, when you have 17 strikeouts, only give up 3 hits, I think we left. They had, I think, 8 walks. They walked us 8 times, and we had 3 hits. So we left 11 people on base. You're not going to win a game if you can't get a timely hit. I mean, all it would have took was one hit, and we probably win the game. So we got to learn from that and bounce back, and come ready to practice and uh, make sure that we give our chance to sell or ourselves a chance to win.
These two teams are going to play again here. It's going to be the last game of the regular season, and I'm telling you, fans, you don't want to miss this game. It'll be played in Rockport. It's going to be another battle. It'll go down to the wire. I mean, both sides, you're kind of just like, oh, we're here. Oh, we're going to do this. Oh, it's just right here. We just did this. I mean, it was just from start to end. It was a great game. I enjoyed watching it. It was just awesome. And I can't wait for the second meeting between these two teams. The coach, you talked a little bit about Kylee Ward. Her stats: 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 17 strikeouts. I mean, I don't know that you can do any better. Kylee, I mean, the last couple of games, coach, she's been on fire, focused. I talked to her dad prior to the game, and he told me before the game started, he said she's very focused and ready to go. And boy, was he telling me the truth. She was just great, ready to go. And like you said, when you have 17 strikeouts, 9 times out of 10, Ingleside's going to win the game. Just talk about her performance in this game, but what you've seen against Santa Gertrudis, double-digit strikeouts against Beeville. I mean, she has been on fire these last couple of games.
Well, just like Academy, when we needed the change up, it worked. And that's kind of what we've been saying this whole time. That's when I told you early I wasn't going to say what pitch she had been working on, but I saw it early, and I knew she was going to have a big year because I preached so much about it last year of, like you're throwing 60 or 61, but if you add something that's slow and you keep you slow their bat down a little bit, that 61 will look like 63 or 64. And so she worked really hard on that pitch, and she gets all the credit and deserves all the recognition that she gets because she worked so hard at that pitch and just being able to command the zone this year a little better than last year. She's not really missing any spots, and she was really, really focused on that game, and it's a shame that we didn't get the win for her.
Yeah, I love watching her pitch. I do. I've said this before, and she's proven it this year. I mean, she proved it last year, but this year she's on a mission. She's playing with a chip on her shoulder. Obviously, you and I have had discussions about that, but she is playing at a high level right now. And I'll be honest with you, and I don't want to jinx her, but I don't think it's going to slow down. She's showing no signs of slowing down. She's so focused and confident. You really got to come out and watch her pitch, especially when she's at home here, Ingleside fans. I mean, the crowd, when I've been out there, it's been great, but I know it can get better. You got one of the best pitchers in the Coastal Bend playing for you right there. And the support would be appreciated. And just come to watch her play. She's a lot of fun to see. And she's put a lot of time. You know, we've had her on the podcast where she talks about the time she puts in. I've talked to her dad about her work ethic, and this is all she does all year round. It doesn't stop for her. And all that work that she's putting in is showing right now. And she's not just one good game and then you won't see another one for about another 4 or 5 games. This is consistently every game just dominating inside that circle. So definitely looking for her to coach for her to finish with a strong performance. I can't wait to see her in the playoffs as well. I was informed, Coach. I didn't know this, but I was informed because I have here. I want to talk to you about any injuries, but I was told that Leilani Smith was injured. I don't know how much you can give, but what can you let us know about her injury and when we'll get her back, if we'll get her back at all this year?
Um, she had a banged up shoulder. I think sliding into second, one of the defender when she went to tag kind of fell on the shoulder and popped it out of place. I think that kind of hurt us a little bit on offense. She's usually the number 2 hole, and she always makes good contact, and it just kind of messes up the lineup. We'll see. We're trying to bring her back slowly. Hopefully, she'll come back sometime soon. If not, maybe for the Rockport game at the end, and then get her ready for playoffs.
Talk to us about the girl that's taking over. I think it's Lana. I think
Yeah,
Walker.
Lana,
Um,
Lana Walker's another freshman. She works really hard in the summer, playing with the MIS Abel's team, and she could hit the ball a ton. I think she had the line drive to center that she hit pretty hard. She just didn't get any air on under it, and it went right to her. But she made really good contact. We have all the belief in her. That's why we didn't feel like we were going to skip a beat. She stepped in there on Tuesday and did well. So we feel like we have talent. Even if they're not playing, we have talented players that can come in, and that's what makes us a pretty good team.
Coach, yeah, look, I'm excited about the freshman, Lana Walker, Kiki Smith, Kaylee Moore. They don't play like freshmen. They don't. I think when I see Kaylee up there, she has all the confidence when I'm watching her she's preparing. They can be put in big moments, having to have a big hit, and I don't think they're going to skip a beat. So, excited obviously because they're young. This is our future. These are just three of the girls that'll be back next year for Coach Lewis, and I'm really excited. They play big, man. They you can put them in big moments, and they'll come up and get a big hit if
Yeah,
need be.
yeah, you have Dara too at first. That's another freshman, and
Yeah.
then Ruby, who's she's the fourth outfielder. She's a runner. Um, she's another one that can play. So we have 5 talented freshmen.
Absolutely. And that's what makes it exciting about this team. So, again, when you get an opportunity, definitely come on out and support them this year. The Lady Mustangs are, I think they can, they still got an opportunity here for a district title. And I think in the playoffs is where they're going to shine. And I mean, they've got the potential to go far in the playoffs. The pitching, the way Kylie's pitching now, and I've always said that this group from 1 to 9, they can hit, and those freshmen are in that lineup, and they come up huge for Coach Lewis. So definitely come on out when you get an opportunity to watch these girls and support our softball program here in Ingleside. Coach, let's go now to the next couple of games. Sinton is next. You'll be traveling up there to Sinton tomorrow for another district showdown. We took them the first time. I think it was 6-0 at our place. It's kind of hard to say this, coach. I was saying it earlier. Uh, they haven't won a game in district. I don't know when's the last time, if I've ever said that about Sinton, where they didn't win a game in district. It's been a little tough for them, but I'm telling you, coach, that team is dangerous still. I don't care what their record says and what they've got. They're coached well out there. Um, Going into this game, obviously we want to get this win. It's at their place. It's a tough place to play. What are you expecting from Sinton, and what do you want to see from our team?
I think they have a lot of young players that are probably gaining experience just like us, and sometimes that could be dangerous. For a team that's already beat them one time, you think that they're just going to lay down, and I know that they're not, and that's going to be the message tomorrow before we head over there. Is that they're hungry to get the first win. They haven't gotten one yet, but they're going to try to scrap. I mean, no team wants to go winless in district, and that's a proud program. And we better come out, and hit the ball and play defense and do what we do, because we got to bounce back.
Coach, I would think that we are going to bounce back. I think we're not proud. Obviously, the girls, they want to get back out there and improve. I mean, I'm expecting a lot of runs. I mean, I don't think the girls. I think the girls realize what they let go. I think that you and I are talking about the opportunities. I'm sure they have talked themselves and know they let one get away. They had opportunities and didn't capitalize. I think. I hope I'm not out of line by saying this, but I expect the Lady Mustangs to come out strong tomorrow and put on a good showing here offensively. That's just what I think, because I know they've got something to prove here after that 1-0 loss. So they can't wait to get back on there. So I'm expecting a good game, but I'm expecting the Lady Mustangs to rebound and rebound big tomorrow. That game will be, Coach, what time do they play? 6:30?
6.
6 o'clock. That's over in Sinton. So definitely take that short drive, about 15, 20 minutes, if that. But definitely go out there. We would love to see a lot of the blue out there supporting the Lady Mustangs. 6 o'clock tomorrow. And then on Friday, we got a home game against Calhoun. That game also, Coach, 6 o'clock?
Yes. Yes,
6 o'clock. That's at Calhoun. These
No,
teams,
that'll be at home.
yeah, that's a home game on Friday, April 4th. Coach, we beaten these teams and we beat them pretty good. Is there any concern of a letdown from the Lady Mustangs?
I mean, there's always, game could go either way. Just like the other night, you give a team some momentum. You never know what can happen. I mean, I feel like we should be good offensively. We had 2 shutouts. So I think we'll have a good game plan of trying to keep shutting them down. I think Sinton probably pitches the ball a little better, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but Calhoun probably plays better offense. So it's kind of a different kind of game is what I'm getting at. So we'll just have to worry about Sinton, hitting the ball. That's a pretty good pitcher that they have, a young pitcher. And then Friday, we're going to have to, hit our spots and make sure that we keep their hitters off balance, because that's their strength is what I'm getting at.
Absolutely. And Coach, before we get to middle school, because I do want to talk to Coach, I think they started middle school. Ingleside's middle school is in Rockport. So I want to get Coach's thoughts on that. But I want to go back to the Rockport game because I was watching film, Coach. So you laid a bunt. Rockport seemed to be a little out of sync. Maddie tried to throw it to first. There was no one there. And I saw you. I was watching you. I can't remember who the runner was, but you from second. I mean, the base was open. Hannah Olsen comes from the left field to get the out. I just wanted to get your thoughts. What did you see from that play and wanting to bring that runner from second? Because I thought I was telling you go ahead and bring her too because I didn't see no one covering. I didn't see Hannah there until the very end. What was the thought process? Did you not see no one there and just say, hey, look, we can get it in there?
Well, they had they had first and third and the pitcher go to the bunt, and they had the second baseman and the shortstop both go to second. So automatically, I was trying to bring Dara, but when she got to the base, she kind of hesitated, and then saw me telling her to come on instead of picking me up as soon as, like, I think if she would have just came, my thought process was, hey, they're giving us another base and they're kind of discombobulated there. No one's there. Maybe that outfielder is, like, if we keep going, maybe that outfielder is coming and they have to rush the throw and throw it away, or we beat it and then we have first and third and then Kiki's on first, probably going to get to second. So have second and third with our leadoff hitter up, Carol. So that's kind of what I saw. But then she hesitated, and everybody knows the saying, and he who hesitates is lost forever. And we were out.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw the base open. I didn't see where the left fielder was, but I just saw the base open and I saw them all come in. I said, there's no one on third. And then I didn't see the hesitation at the start. I mean, I saw it when I saw the film later. But it was that little hesitation that was just enough to get in. You're right. That one hesitation, 2-3 seconds, if that, man, can make all the difference in the world. And that ball gets from one side to the other side pretty quickly. And so again, we take the loss 1-0. But again, these two teams are going to meet up again here in about 2 weeks in Rockport, and I'm telling you, it's going to be another good battle. So of course, we're planning on being out there again. You can catch the live stream, but we'd rather have as many people out there from Ingleside to go out there and cheer the Lady Mustangs. As again, it's going to be another good one. That'll be the last game of the regular season, and then I anticipate both of these teams will be in the playoffs, and then we'll get coaches' thoughts when we get to that point. Coach, let's talk a little bit about middle school. So it starts today. The Lady Mustangs in middle school is in Rockport right now. Talk to us a little bit about the program. Who's coaching that? And I saw when I went to the game, they were on the football field. Quite a bit of girls were out there. So I don't know what the numbers are, but it looked like they told me that was the junior high. I saw a whole bunch of girls. So it seems like we got a lot of good numbers there in middle school. What can you tell us about the program?
Well, they actually had a little tournament on Saturday. I think they were 1-1-1. I'm really excited about that group. There's a few eighth graders, Mia, Paisley. Those two have kind of been playing with us in the in fall ball for a couple years, and then this year, well, actually, there's a seventh grader, Tori, a left-hander that when she was playing last year, a lot of the other coaches were like, "Man, she's a sixth grader." So she could hold her own. So they got some good players down there. I haven't seen the B team, but A team, they're pretty stacked as far as offensively and defensively. I think pitching wise, there's not really a true pitcher, so they're just kind of patching it together. But they were 1-1-1, and there's a lot of seventh graders that can play. I know there's probably 5 or 6 that are pretty good, which what the way it's fallen, it's going to help us. After Ward leaves, those seventh graders will be ninth graders. And then, even down to sixth grade, there's a couple pitchers coming. So we're excited about that group. They're coached by RJ Alvarado and Coach Merkovich. They do a good job with them, trying to teach them the basics and just kind of preparing them for when they get to high school. And I didn't even remember they were playing tonight just because I was so worried about practice, and then getting here to you, and you reminded me. I'm like, oh yeah, it is Monday.
Yeah, I guess like that. Abel, because we were supposed to have Abel was supposed to come on. I want to get him on the podcast, and we had talked at the game about getting him on it because I think he does a great job. I mean, I've known Abel since school. He was younger than I was, but I've known him for a long time, and I follow what he does. I've been following for a couple of years, and he helps out so many programs around this area. He's helped out Rockport when these teams have gone and traveled. He's donated. So I've seen a lot of the stuff from afar. I really like what he's doing. And when I started talking to them and started to see a little bit more about how that program runs, I like what he does, and I wanted to give him a platform to be able to come on and just kind of get to the community and let the surrounding areas know what he's done, how long he's been doing it, and I think it's great for Ingleside, and he helps out other girls in the area. So really like what he's doing, and couldn't make it out here today. I think his daughter's playing out there, so he definitely wanted to get out there and watch the girls. We'll set it up either for later this week or next week. But again, the first game today, and I'll get with him to find out if the Lady Mustangs won or not. I was going to go to the game, but I can't. We do podcasting on Mondays, so I tell them my Tuesdays and Fridays are the only days I can go out there. Every other day, I've got podcasts on Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. But Coach, thank you for coming out again. Just had a little few questions for you. Hopefully next week we can get some of the girls. But again, Kylee Ward, man, I tell you, I'm really impressed with her. She's pitching about as well as anybody can pitch right now. She's one of the best pitchers in this area, and she's proven why. When we come out and tell you, you got to come out and watch her pitch. The stats don't lie, right? Like I watch the stats, and she's consistently doing this against some really good teams. Rockport-Fulton, pretty good, 17 strikeouts. Santa Gertrudis, double-digit strikeouts. So she's not only doing this with teams offensively that are struggling this year, she's doing these with great offenses that score a lot of runs this year. And teams are having trouble hitting the ball. And so, yeah, that pitch you talked about, Coach, it's doing some damage now. So we definitely look forward to having a strong finish by Kylee, and then definitely looking for her to do some damage in the playoffs. But, Coach, thank you very much for coming out and spending some time with me. And I'll give you the final word. Anything else you want to add?
Two things. She had 7 Ks against Calhoun too in 5 innings.
Right, that's right.
uh, and then I just want to, I want to say something about Abel. Abel has helped me pretty much from day one. As soon as I became the head coach in Ingleside, he's helped me. Both years when he was coaching fall ball, he would help, with our younger group, because we were letting like maybe the ninth graders and 7th and 8th graders, play against the varsity over here. So he's been a big help to me, and he just does a lot for my program, and like you said, for everybody. And I appreciate all the hard work that he does.
Yeah, I'll just add, Coach, that for those that don't know him, I mean, he's the real deal. It's passion. He does this. It's a passion of his. He genuinely cares about the kids' growth, and that's why he does it. He's invested in Ingleside, obviously, and he wants to see this program grow. And he puts in the time there, works on the fields, does whatever he can to help. Anytime he needs something, he's there to help. But he genuinely does this because I think he has that passion. He loves what he's doing, and he cares about the kids, and he wants to see them grow, not only on the softball field, but to become great adults. And so, like I said, I've known him for a long time here. He went to school here in Rockport. So I'm not just telling you from about a week or month. I've known this guy and watched him from afar. I've known him for a while. So definitely, if you bring your child into the MIS program, it'll be a great idea, and he'll take care, and you'll see the growth from the girls. I think you've seen that from some of the girls there in Ingleside. So it's great that we have him here in Ingleside. He's doing a great thing for us. And like I said, we'll have him on the podcast, if not later this week, sometime next week when he's available. But Coach, thank you very much. Good luck tomorrow. Safe travels. I don't want to talk too soon because you never know, but I feel confident that we're going to finish the second go around strong, and then it's going to be another showdown in Rockport. Thank you very much, Coach. Coach Kevin Lewis is scheduled to be back next Monday. If you can send me the schedule, Coach, of the middle school, or if you can tell me who I can get with to get it, that way I know. Definitely, we'd like to continue to talk about them. Coach, one more question. How many games do they play? The middle school.
Middle school?
Yes.
They played 3. They were 1-1-1.
But how many games are they scheduled?
Scheduled to play. They got rained out. I think they were supposed to start last Thursday, I think it was, but they got rained out. So they're down to 5. So they'll have tonight and then 4 more.
Okay. All righty, Coach. Thank you very much.
Yes,
Enjoy the
sir.
rest of your night, and we'll talk to you
You
soon.
too. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
That was Coach Kevin Lewis. He's our head coach here, doing a great job with this program. I remember him telling me when he got here that the one thing he wanted to do was build confidence in these ladies, that they belong, that they can play with anybody. And if you watch this team in a short period of time, they have confidence. Every practice, every game, they're a lot of fun to watch. You know, and they're going to do some great things this year. So when you get an opportunity, if you have not come out to see this team, you definitely want to come out, especially home games. You want to come and see this team play. They're exciting. And again, I'll tell you, they got one of the best pitchers in the Coastal Bend. She was like that last year. She's definitely proving it again this year. Again, our baseball podcast will not take place tonight. Coach Sanchez with middle school starting. Baseball also starts like softball. I think baseball had a game there. So obviously, Coach Sanchez has to be down there with the middle school. So he was unavailable tonight. We hope that he'll come back. We got him scheduled for next Monday at 7:30. So we hope that he will be available to come on. I'll let you guys know. But Mustangs are fighting tough right now. They find themselves 0-2, playing some two tough teams. But they'll play tomorrow at home. I believe it's against Beeville. I don't have my notes in front of me, but I think this morning when I was working on it, I think I saw Beeville. They'll be in town. So definitely we ask to come on out. We do have a home game here tomorrow. So definitely come on out, support our Mustang baseball program. That's another team that a lot of youth, a lot of returnees. He's playing a lot of guys that are going to be in the program next year and 2 more years. So it's another team that is going to be really, really good. They're competitive this year. And I'm looking forward to going out there and streaming a game or two this year. And then, like softball next year, is to be able to stream those games all season long. That's home games and out of town games. But right now, the two games they played, we're 0-2, but we're looking to get the win tomorrow versus Beaver. So if you're around town, definitely stop by and support our baseball program. It'll be a home game here against Beaver, I believe, and then the softball girls will be traveling just about a few miles up there to Sinton for another district showdown. Hopefully, the Lady Mustangs will get the win. As right now they're currently 3-1. So again, thank you guys for coming out. Again, next Monday we'll have both of these coaches out, and we hope to have Abel Salazar out here too to talk a little bit about the program and all the wonderful things that he's doing out there for Ingleside. So again, thank you for tuning in. We also placed there's like a voting polls that I put out there for the baseball and the softball. So if you get an opportunity, definitely go down there. If you're a Mustang fan, and vote. Some of the girls, coaches, they take a look at that, and the more votes we get, the better. I think the girls feel good when they are able to look up there and see all the people that are voting and saying, we're going to win the game. So definitely, when you get an opportunity, it's on my GT Sports Facebook page, but it's also on the MPND one as well. So you can go to either one and definitely vote for the team you think is going to win the game. Should be voting for Ingleside. We do the same thing for baseball. And then, of course, this podcast will also be on all the MPND social media platforms, our YouTube, our Twitter, and it's also on Spotify. So when you go to Spotify, all you got to do is hit GT Sports MPND. It's GT Sports on the search bar, MPND. Just go down there and it'll have all the 2025 podcast, and it'll have our baseball, our softball, and all the other ones that we did, right? The episode 1, 2, 3. So you just kind of scroll down and see which one you want to see. Click on it, and then you'll be able to hear it audio. You can even see the video as well. So we do have these podcasts on Spotify as well, on top of all the MPND social media platforms, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. So again, thank you very much for tuning in. Appreciate it. And we'll talk to you guys next Monday. Remember, Mustang pride never dies. Good luck to Coach Coach Sanchez and Coach Lewis. Hopefully, we come back after tomorrow 2-0. Both baseball and softball got wins. Till then, thank you very much, and we'll talk to you soon.